No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess. Mask off, he's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep, hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep, hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess. Mask off, he's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep, Hotep, hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep, hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Cannon Speaks. Give yourselves a round of applause because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with me, and I really do appreciate it. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, guys. Let people know we live. You catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Best way to get your message read on screen. Rumble Rants, always welcome. Kick subscriptions, all that good stuff, guys. Every little bit goes back into the channel. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Happy Monday, happy Monday. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. I had a good day. Today was actually a nice day. Today was actually a nice day. Went on a little lunch day with the wife. It was nice outside. It's like 60 degrees, 60-something degrees here in Baltimore. We went down to the Korean steakhouse, the Korean barbecue. Yo, I can't get enough of that Korean barbecue, all right? I'm just going to put it out there. I can't get enough of Korean barbecue. You know what I mean? Emmanuel, shout out to Emmanuel Presley. You know what I mean? Bro, love it. Love it. Man, listen. Anyway, all you can eat for 90 minutes, yo? What? We usually go with the pineapple bulgogi, little steak, you know what I mean? Rice cakes. You know, wash it all down with a sweet tea, boy. Yeah, exactly, Sauce. This shit is where it's at, yo. $30 all you can eat. You can't help it. $30 a person? Man, listen. You know, took my son to go get his stitches taken out. He was acting like a little bitch. Let me stop. I took my son to go get his stitches out. He was not having none of that. I had to yell at him like, be a man, boy. But he made it through the first half of it, but got to get the scab off the other part so they can get the rest of the stitches out and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But other than that, it was a good day, you know. Oh, man, hopefully tomorrow's not too bad either. Hopefully tomorrow is not too bad. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, so I'm sitting there, and I ain't think nothing of it, right? I ain't think nothing of it today. Like, usually I'll get up, check my phone, messages and stuff like that. Then usually I turn on the news while I'm getting dressed just to hear what's going on around the world. Like, Twitter's not my first go-to when I get up in the morning, right? Usually get up, check, see what the emails are for work, turn on the news on the TV, get dressed. You know, if Unk's streaming, I'll go and listen to Unk's stream. Then I get in the car. Then I get on my stream if I'm streaming that day. And then by the time I finish my stream and I get into the office or whatever, then I might scroll Twitter or whatever, right? You know, like Twitter's not my first go-to in the morning. So I go to Twitter after, I'm all dressed and getting ready to go to work. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to stream today. I had some stuff to do this morning where I couldn't stream this morning. And I just noticed that my Twitter wouldn't, refresh. I was like, oh, that's weird. Must be something wrong. Whatever. Maybe it's the app. And I just left it alone. Come to find out, everybody was having a problem with Twitter. Shout out to Reef. Haram Life was like, yo, anybody else Twitter acting up? Or X acting up? And HJ said, yeah, yo, mine is down. Everybody saying this shit was down. I was like, uh-oh. Wonder what's going on. Maybe it's some kind of update. We ain't know. And then come to find out, according to Elon Musk, Twitter got hacked. Twitter got hacked, people. Oh, my goodness gracious. Twitter got hacked, and Elon is blaming the Ukraine. That's right, guys. Elon is blaming the Ukraine. I don't know what the hell happened. Let's see what this little clip's saying. This is from Nick Sword or Sword Tour.
Another thing.
Let's see what happened. Is he talking about this now? Is this what happened? Let's see.
Another thing, everyone's attacking you for your position. What are you doing in the government? There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced. Yes. It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
Well, so that's your suspicion. Is the website, is the internet up? Is it up yet?
It's up, yeah.
It's up yet. Okay, good. But I just was looking back. Let me see if I get this right.
All right, so now he's saying this shit is originating in the originating in the Ukraine area. I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that, right? Because not only did X have an issue, Rumble had an issue as well. Rumble had an issue as well. Jonah, here go Jonah. Jonah up here. Jonah, straight from Langley. Twitter is just a subsidiary of the military-industrial complex. Ain't shit been hacked. They just hiding some shit. That's what, Jonah right there. Sometimes Jonah, his kufi be tighter than mine. I'm right there with you, Jonah. I am right there with you. Right there with you. Bro. I don't buy this whole Russia bullshit or the Ukraine. It's the IP addresses originated from Ukraine. I don't buy it. We just had the whole blow up in at the White House with Zelensky and Vance and Trump. Zelensky apparently bends the knee. Then we got the reporters coming out talking about death to Donald Trump and all this other bullshit allegedly from the Ukraine. Now all of a sudden on Monday, I guess the hackers took the weekend off, right? When everybody's really on Twitter tweeting, they took the weekend off and they say, we'll get on that shit first thing Monday morning. Get out of my face. This is another example of the tail wagging the dog, people, in my opinion. This is another example of the tail wagging the dog. What is it that they're either A, trying to distract us from, or B, didn't want getting out into the ether, so they had to take X and Rumble down before this shit got out in the ether? That's my question. That is my question. And I don't know. I don't know. Could it be, I don't know, the gold that's supposedly being in Fort Knox not being there? Could it be the fact that the stock market crashed? Or not crashed, but tanked today? I don't know. All I know is that I think, like Jonah just said, they hiding some shit. That shit would have been out in the open on Twitter, period, full stop. And they were able to get that shit, what's the word? They was able to deviate from whatever it was. I just don't know. I don't know. So I guess we'll find out later what it was about. I guess whatever story that was being detracted or deflected from, we'll find out later on down the road. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out in about a week. They definitely cleaned up some Twitter files. That's a good theory. What if the rest of them files got leaked? What if some shit got leaked for the old Epstein situation, and they had to fucking take Twitter down? But the thing about it is, I can't even really say that because it wasn't all of Twitter. Allegedly, or apparently, the West Coast was up and running, right? Because HJ said he was running a VPN so he could use the West Coast stream. So I don't know. It's very interesting to me. I don't know what to think. All I know is they're hiding something from us. I think this cyber attack was their way of keeping whatever the news of the day from us, right? Who knows? Maybe they was gonna tell us what the fuck this guy from Indiana, or who he was, the guy that allegedly suicide by cop, drove from Indiana down to the White House only to be killed by the Secret Service. Right? A guy drove from, did y'all hear about this shit? So a guy allegedly over the weekend drove down from Indiana to the White House only to be gunned down by the Secret Service. We don't have any other information. I think the guy's no longer with us anymore. The only information we got is the guy had Indiana plates. They found a car of the guy fitting the description. He brandished a gun, and they lit his ass up. So I don't know. It's very interesting to me. Rick says there was other systems affected. At my dealer, there was one of the online tools that did not work all day. Interesting. It's interesting, yo. So we're gonna find out. We'll find out. I just don't know when we're gonna find out. You know what I mean? Just don't know when we're gonna find out. Oh my goodness gracious. Let me see where we at. Oh, did y'all see this craziness? I don't know what's up with this either. Like, it's a lot of crazy things going on, right? So now, not only do we have this cyber attack that allegedly Ukraine did, that they want us to believe that Ukraine did this shit. We got a dead journalist from InfoWars. Again, a dead journalist from InfoWars. Did you guys hear about this shit? So, top reporter Jamie White was murdered outside his home in Austin last night. Alex Jones says his Jones says the staff became worried when White didn't show up to the office this morning. There are a lot of really cool people that have worked at InfoWars over the years, and one of the most amazing people was Jamie White. Jamie White was murdered last night outside his home, just a few miles away from our studios. So let's see what Alex is talking about.
The InfoWars family of viewers and listeners into the world with some really horrible news. There are a lot of really cool people that have worked at InfoWars over the years, and one of the most amazing people was Jamie White. You know him as a great reporter and researcher. He was up here last night working late during the Sunday show and after it. And we even have his last post on X where he responded to Elon Musk. Jamie was murdered last night outside of his home, just a few miles away from our studios. And we are the folks here breaking that news first because his family has been notified, and his good personal friends here that were very close to Jamie have talked to his folks and family. We sent some people over this morning when he didn't answer the phone, because he's always here early, loves to work, loves to fight tyranny, loves to promote freedom. And when they got to the apartment complex, there was yellow tape everywhere and blood all over the parking lot. And we went and talked to the manager. They didn't know anything. Just like everybody else we see in the left, they just very laissez-faire. But our crew member saw a police officer and went and talked to them, and they made a phone call, and she had the details when she talked to him and knew Jamie. The police officer said yes, he died at the hospital very soon after they got him there. The police responded within 2 minutes, and they had him at the hospital where he was pronounced dead within 18 minutes. Just want to say the police did a great job in the response time, despite, I'm going to talk about in a moment who I hold responsible for this, and who is responsible for this, and who are accomplices to Jamie and so many others' murder, and so many others that have been raped and mugged. Heard me on air talk about how the crime is very, very bad here in Austin. Any leftist city is, and just exploded the last 4 years. But let me just tell you what happened to Jamie. What we know, we are the folks here, many others, murder. Any leftist city is, and just exploded the last 4 years.
So Rudy said Owen did it. Jesus, Rudy. But I was going to ask, who do you think is responsible for the death of this guy? Who do you think Alex Jones is going to blame for the death of Jamie White? Is my question. Because I do smell foul play, clearly. I don't think this was some mugging. This wasn't some mugging. It wasn't some random act of violence. Somebody saw this guy, Jamie, getting out of his car, going into the house or whatever. He pulled up and they tried to rob him. A botched robbery. A botched robbery. I don't. Some kind of foul plays here. So let's see what Alex Jones says. Let's see if he says who he thinks did it.
But let me just tell you what happened to Jamie. What we know so far, his last post on X was 16 hours ago. There's Jamie's X account. I've sworn upon the altar of God, eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. Original gangster, Thomas Jefferson. And, I mean, I'll just say it. Jamie was our best writer and reporter. They're all great, but they all said he was the best. I mean, there's others that are almost as good, but not as good as Jamie. And he wrote 6-7 articles yesterday, posted all this news, did all this great research, gave us information for the show, assisted us in what we were doing. And came this morning, the crew looked really upset, and they said Jamie didn't come in. And so we sent one of the crew down there. And doesn't look good. And then they didn't even want to tell me yet that the cops had said, no, it was Jamie White, that we were the first to learn. We waited until the afternoon until the family's been told. You saw a little clip from the newscast about this in the early morning hours, and it's just Austin Police Department officers responded to a high-priority emergency call at approximately 11:57 p.m. Sunday night. The call was shoot, stab.
Look, I'm going to just say it. Well, I feel like an inside job. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Maybe I'm completely out of fucking just off the fucking mark. But why is this just giving me like the vibe that maybe somebody in that organization might have got this guy out of the paint? I'm just going to put it there.
Hot shot, which refers to a high priority potential life-threatening call.
Just a gut feeling.
Possibility
of
an active shooter or stabbings. Officers arrived about 2 minutes later and found a male victim, obvious signs of trauma. According to APD Public Information Officer Leah Ratliff, refers to a high priority potential life-threatening call involving possibility of an active shooter or stabbings. Officers arrived about 2 minutes later and found a male victim, obvious signs of trauma. According to APD Public Information Officer Leah Ratliff, officers attempted life-saving measures before the victim was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead at approximately 12:19 a.m. Monday morning. Homicide detectives are actively investigating the incident, which marks Austin's 8th homicide of the year. Authorities have not released information about potential suspects or specific nature of the victim's injuries. This is pretty early on in the investigation, and the homicide unit will be releasing more information as they're able, Ratliff said during a media briefing. Well, we've talked to the police off record. We know more. I'm going to reveal that right now.
Let's see what he say.
Multiple police officers we talked to, detectives, said off record that we said, we're really sick of this. We're tired of this. And they said, we are too. We have had in the last few years our funding for crime scene people and responders cut back massively. They made the biggest cuts in areas that deal with violent crime, as we know from the news, but this was them telling us. And that they will bust really hardened people with huge rap sheets committing serious crimes, robberies, armed robberies, and that the Austin DA, who, despite all the pressure and everything, is very proud of himself. Soros put him in on record, financed his run, does nothing. In fact, they just intensify it to the point the governors had to put the state police in to Austin just to try to deal with it. And then the state police really don't know anything but writing tickets, so they just write tickets. And I've been really talking about that being a very, very sad thing.
Okay, so we got nothing out of that clip. We got nothing out of that clip but a bunch of word salad. This gentleman right here, Jamie White, was found murdered in his car or right by his house. Now, they didn't say it was a botched robbery. They just said he was found brutally murdered. Doesn't appear that anything was stolen or taken from him but his life. I don't know why I'm getting a gut feeling, okay? It's just a gut feeling that someone in the InfoWars organization might have offed this kid. I don't know. Maybe he was working on something that he was getting a little too close to, and he got fucking Seth Rich. I don't know. It's just very fucking interesting that this shit happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very interesting. It's just that this shit it just happened to happen the way it did. Here go Rudy. It's the one-armed man. Find that man. He tried to kill my wife. It's a little what's that movie called again? I'm about to say Clear and Present Danger. The Fugitive. Maybe it was time for Alex to give someone up. That's interesting. Yeah, he had to know something. Maybe he was working on something and he was getting too close to something and they offed him. I don't know. Maybe something's going on internally at InfoWars and he got a little too close to it or something and they had to get him out of the paint. I don't know. But to me, this is very fucking interesting. This is very interesting that this guy right here just so happened he's getting off work. He went home. Whoever it was waited till he got, like, they didn't attack him outside. Well, they didn't attack him outside of InfoWars. They waited till he got home and attacked him outside of his house. That's the thing that interests me. Josh King says, probably found out that the new Alex is a clone for his, oh shit. Everybody is trying to think that Alex is a clone right there. You know, the new and improved Alex Jones. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know, man. I feel bad. Like, this is crazy, yo. That's what 2025 was just filled with, like, death and destruction, man. Death and destruction. RIP to Jamie White. I guess I hope we find out what happened to him. I don't know. I don't know what to think, yo. Like, it's just, man. Oh, Lord. Here go Jonah. Jamie White has the Alex and Claire White video. JR says that's my theory. He found something within InfoWars and was about to be a whistleblower. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Maybe the lawsuit was all bullshit. I don't know. Tell HJ to call his homeboy and find out what really happened. Tell HJ to call his homeboy and find out what really happened. I'm sitting there. I've been scrolling and I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what could have happened. You know. So let's see what the I guess the actual news in Austin says. KXAN.
I'm Sally Hernandez. Police on the scene in East Austin at Douglas Street and Old Torf Street. A 911 call came in just before midnight last night. Bear Tryon has been there for us within the last few hours to figure out exactly what police are.
I'm sorry, I just saw like their news anchor and he looks like fucking what's his name? The cable guy, Larry the Cable Guy. Hold on, why is that even? Hold on. Let's fix this real quick. Oh man, this motherfucker look like Larry the Cable Guy. Oh my gosh. Boom, there we go. This guy, he looks like Larry the Cable Guy. Jeez.
Saying from that investigation.
He looked like he was fishing and they had to call him into work.
Good morning.
Police really releasing few details about what happened overnight, but this is what we do know right now. Police say they actually found the victim here in the parking lot of this apartment complex. EMS ended up taking that man to the hospital where he later died. Right now, police will not say exactly if he was shot or stabbed, only saying that he had obvious trauma. Homicide detectives still on scene, as I mentioned this morning, collecting evidence. We've seen also a lot of...
Now, why won't police say if he was shot or if he was stabbed? Right? like usually, like when you hear about these, you hear news like this, it's like, I don't know, 30-year-old man found shot to death in his apartment complex or stabbed to death or whatever. They won't even say whether he was shot or he was stabbed. And why is that? Why?
Activity in a second floor apartment where they've been taking evidence bags out. Right now, police say they do not have any information about a suspect, and they're asking if you know something about that to contact them. You can also remain anonymous using Crime Stoppers.
The afternoon of Monday, March 10th, 2025, and I come to the InfoWars. It's too emotional. The InfoWars
Let's skim through it
crew
to see if he
is
says.
really torn up that they will bust really hardened people with huge rap sheets committing serial. The family's been told is really, and I don't want to say he'll be missed because he's always going to be with us. He's a good man for crime victims, and use the fact of his advocacy for the work he did. Border Patrol, ICE, all of it. I don't know if any illegal did this, but you have so many illegals committing crimes that takes away the resources. And you've got the other gangbangers that know that a very small percentage of murders are now even being solved. So just look at this guy. He's doing exactly what he was put in by Soros to do. And I lay all of this squarely at the feet of these DAs and of the Soros crime syndicate and of the Democratic Party. They are the ones that administratively cut the police, prosecute the police in even cases that are 100% clear to be lawful, legal activities. And then,
So let me get this right. He dies. Alex is blaming. He's blaming illegals. Alex is blaming illegals, and he's blaming the DA. Who's this? Garza, Jose Garza. He's blaming him for the death of or an illegal or or somebody for the death of this guy. Meanwhile, the police won't say whether he was brutally stabbed to death or if he was shot. They won't say if it was a robbery gone wrong. Like, this makes no sense to me. He's basically blaming an environment where crime isn't being punished. Makes it sound like a mugging. But the thing about it is like, why isn't the news saying, hey, this, it was a botched robbery or this guy was like, they won't say if he was stabbed or he was shot. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Now, look, I'm not trying to sit here and allude to say that Alex Jones had someone killed, okay? I'm not here saying that Alex Jones may or may not have had someone killed, okay? I'm not saying that, all right? Okay? Not trying to allude to that, all right? Not saying that he found some stuff at InfoWars that he probably wasn't supposed to find. And now he's no longer with us before he's supposed to be no longer with us. I'm just saying it sounds fishy. I'm just saying it sounds fishy. Okay? So, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out what happened with this kid. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But right now, there are no witnesses, okay? There are no witnesses. This shit is crazy, man. I'm telling you, yo. It's like I feel like we're about to have a series finale out this bitch. It's just too much going on, yo. It's too much going on. What was this guy working on? I just want to know. Thing is, dead man can't tell no tales, right? Dead man can't tell no tales. Not going to say that Alex Jones is responsible or involved in it, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's really, really, really sketchy. 1 second, people, because I swear, y'all. Children don't have any, okay? Don't have any. But I digress. Guys, I'm telling, I tell you guys before. Season 4 of America was going to be lit, and gosh dang it, it hasn't disappointed. Ooh, Emmanuel with the boy. Emmanuel got the beat. What? Could it be linked to the Twitter attack? Bro. That's a good question. That is a good question. That is a fantastic question. Because I think just like this mysterious death in Seth Rich, we're not going to figure out, we're not going to find out what happened to why Twitter went down for so many hours. We're not going to find that out. All I know is that I feel like the powder keg is about to blow. The powder keg is about to blow very soon, guys. I don't want to be nowhere near it when it happens. At all. Let's get to some more mysterious shit, okay? Let's get to some more mysterious shit. Before we get to the fucking plane crash. Another plane crash. Was it Philly? It was in Pennsylvania. It's not, I don't know if it was Philly, but it was in Pennsylvania. Okay? We'll talk about that in a second. Okay? Now, for those of you who don't know, there was a television show host named Wendy Williams. Okay? Excuse me. Wendy Williams. If you don't know who she is, she was like a gossip talk show host who may or may not have had beef with Diddy. What'd you say, Jonah? The more I think about it, the biggest lie is the 18 minutes to be pronounced dead at the hospital. Bro. So this is Wendy Williams right here, okay? She was a gossip talk show host, and like allegedly she had some issues with her brain, and her brain fucking turned off like Jamie Foxx's brain did. And she was put into the care of like I forget what they call the people. Like she was put into somebody's care, right? Some caretaker, and they assumed custody of Wendy Williams. Now apparently Wendy Williams made a full fucking recovery, but was not allowed to be like, I guess, let go of her own recognizance. The people that held full custody of Wendy Williams continue to hold full custody of Wendy Williams, not only having custody of her, but holding her hostage in some fucking condo somewhere. Is it in New York, guys? Holding her in New York. An assisted living facility, they're calling it. Right? So on TMZ, she was talking about, she's fine and they won't let her go and all this other stuff, right? And it seems completely fine because videos and pictures that we were seeing of her, she was just fucking a space cadet. Now she's good. Exactly, Jonah. Exactly. They Britney Spears the shit out of her. Thanks, Jeannie. Yeah, conservatorship. They put her in a conservatorship. Oh, Brighter Days. You talking about Brighter Days? They put Wendy in Brighter Days Academy. That what's her name? Ariana Grande was at. But allegedly, Wendy Williams is like back. Her faculties are back. She's good. Whatever it was, she beat it. But they will not let her go. So today, Wendy Williams taken by ambulance from New York's assisted living facility after tossing a handwritten note out the window reading, "Help Wendy." Not only does it sound like they Britney Spears her, it sound like they Kanye West her too. Because she was, like I said, she was on TMZ. She was talking about how she's being held against her will and that she's fine. And then this whole thing about Free Wendy started going. Now they got her in the hospital again. My question is, why are they putting Wendy Williams back in the hospital? Why are they putting Wendy Williams back in the hospital? It sounds like they better put her back. They about to zonk her ass back out again. It sounds like whatever, what is it? Okay. So it sounds like they probably want to keep her ass under with some get out shit. They want to keep her ass in a sunken place, and they're not going to let her go. And I'm wondering why they want to keep Wendy in the sunken place. What does she know? They got Wendy in paradise. Yeah, that's what you want to call it. What does she know? So let's see this. I didn't see this video. This is from TMZ 4 hours ago. Fair use, fair use, fair use. We're going to do that. Can I speed this shit up? Let's speed it up so they can't fuck with me. Maybe they can't fuck with me. We'll go 1.5 speed, I guess. Let's do this. Here we go. Wendy, I guess I got to read this shit. My bad. Wendy Williams, I aced the capacity test. That's all it was. I thought it was an actual video. That's my dumbass fault. Let's read the caption, though. Wendy Williams may be a big step closer to freedom because a psychiatrist examined her Monday, and the results are clear. Wendy's mental capacity is fully intact. Interesting. Very interesting. Jesus, David. It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Ain't that how it go? Oh, man. I wish I could find, is this it? So she has an interview on TMZ, right? I'm trying to find it, where she was talking to the Jewish dude and saying like, I'm good. Is this it?
Wendy, hi.
Wendy Williams' guardian, Sabrina Mann, suggests some of Wendy's conversations with the media are scripted. Of course they saying that shit. Look, guys. I think Wendy Williams is probably fine. Is this it?
Locked in a room in an assisted living facility in New York. That's her. Wendy Williams is locked in a room in an assisted living facility in New York. That's her. The only way I could interview her was to have a camera in the street because we can't get a camera in. She can't really have any visitors. She cannot go outside. She's been out twice in the last 30 days. She has no internet. She, and I think rightly says, she feels like a prisoner.
Are you allowed to go out?
No. In the last 30 days, I went out twice.
She is in a guardianship. And I got to tell you, Lauren, if you saw the Lifetime documentary on her when she was deep into alcohol a couple of years ago, it made sense to have a guardianship. Wendy is sober now. She is fine. I have spoken with her for hours and hours, as have many others. And everybody comes up with the same conclusion. She's back to the old Wendy. Yet, she's not only in a guardianship, it's a guardianship that has essentially locked her up and thrown away the key. She has been diagnosed with something called frontotemporal dementia. That's what Bruce Willis has. That condition never gets better. It only gets worse. There is a similar diagnosis called alcohol-induced dementia. That can get better. Wendy is an alcoholic, and she was deep into alcohol. But the fact is, when you look at her 2 years ago, she's gotten better. There's no question. And was this a misdiagnosis? And if so, she's going to get a reevaluation. But for some reason, the Guardian said, we don't think the diagnosis is going to change. How can the Guardian say that? The Guardians only talk to her like once a month. And I got to tell you, I've talked to her for hours and hours and hours over the last month. And this woman is better. She needs a sober coach.
It's sad because people hate Wendy so much they're going to ignore the things that have been done to her. Exactly, right? Like, I don't like her. Like, I'm not a big fan of her show. You know what I mean? You say Wendy probably knew all the celebrities and political figures who went to Diddy part. Yeah, because wasn't she calling Diddy out for a very long time? That's my thing, right? She was calling Diddy out for a long time. I think Wendy Williams knows where the bodies are buried. I think Wendy Williams knows where the bodies are buried. And they're trying to keep her ass medicated and sedated and in solitary confinement. You know? That's my question. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. It disturbs that people can get blocked up like this so easily. You know, and those conservatorships are really interesting. Like, clearly she's better, right? Clearly she's better. Her faculties are better, but some person that she doesn't even know can have complete control over her autonomy. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Jonah thinks it's scripted. Jonah says it's scripted. Would not let her near a phone if she was locked down like this. He says, and those mental institutions are not prisons. Not that easy to get a phone. Wendy got ran out of New York for calling out Diddy. Now look at what's going on. Damn, $40,000 a month. Now, is it a possibility that she does know where the bodies are buried and she knows who's who in the zoo? Or do y'all think it's just somebody just taking advantage of her and her money? Maybe her husband. Maybe her husband's keeping her locked away. Maybe her husband's keeping her locked away. She was married, right? I don't know, man. This is really interesting. It's an interesting story. Nobody's really talking about it. It's funny how many people who were big in the late 90s, early 2000s are now being labeled crazy. Hey. I don't know. What y'all think was going on with Wendy? Y'all think that this is a conspiracy to keep her shut up? Jonah's got a point. She has a fucking phone. She could have told Harvey every goddamn thing. Ain't that what that guy's name from TMZ is? You know? Is it her husband? Exactly, Fortune. That's what I want to know. She got divorced a while ago. Well, even though people get divorced, like sometimes they'll leave certain things in place for their, I guess, former spouse or whatever to take or assume, power of attorney over their estate should they become incapacitated. You go, Jonah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, it's called It's called assistant living. So, and she has a conservatorship. Like, and I can't even say that. Like, even though Jonah said that, like, you know, it probably is hard. Like, maybe hard to get a phone, but then Britney Spears is in a conservatorship, and she fucking posts fucking weird fucking videos on social media all the time. So I don't know how that shit works. All I know is free Wendy Williams, guys. Free Wendy Williams. You know, that's a good idea. Maybe somebody did smuggle her a phone, you know, get him in jail. That's true. That is true. That is true. That is true. TMZ is just DJ Vlad. TMZ is just DJ Vlad. Oh man, best of luck to Wendy Williams, man. I'm telling you guys, shit getting crazy. Shit is getting crazy right now. The world is going wild. So did y'all see that shit? Like, it was like, I think I saw it Saturday or Sunday. the girl that was at the track meet and she cracked Shorty over the head with the baton because she was losing. That's what it looked like allegedly. So apparently she speaks out. Not the girl that got cracked on the head. The girl that cracked the girl on the head speaks out in tears and shit. So let's see what the fuck she was saying. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm like, how you hit the bitch on the head and you don't want to start crying about it? Let's see what she say.
I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's going to believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit somebody on purpose.
So let me see if I can't find that video before. Let me see. What would it be? Track meet. Let's see if we can find it real quick. No, that shit look fucking. Look at this shit, my nigga. This shit look fucking intentional. Now, y'all heard her crying, right? Okay? Y'all heard her crying. I didn't do it intentionally. Let's watch the video. Let's watch that beautiful bean footage. Nah, she hit her. She hit that girl. Nah, she cracked Shorty. Nah, Shorty. She winded that bitch up and hit the shit out of her. She fucking Nancy Kerrigan her ass. Nah, babe. You hit her. What y'all think? What y'all think? Y'all think it was a mistake? Y'all think it was a mistake? You can't even hide that wasn't intentional. That shit is, she did that shit on purpose. She smacked like she peed on her money. Shut up, man. Here he goes. She got to be from Baltimore. She got mad. She was crowding her lane. It's a fucking race, Shorty. And you hit Shorty because you mad? Nah, she hit her. Nah, It's a mistake. She got caught. Nah, that is intentional. That is intentional. That is intentional. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Cause nah, Shorty, that's intentional. And apparently she hit her so hard that Shorty fell and had a concussion. Yeah, she put her fucking hips into that shit. Because nah. She cracked Shorty. Jack Reed says fatherless behavior. It's the 2x400. There's no specified lane to be in. Oh, it was the 2x4? Oh yeah, nah. It's okay. So it wasn't a 400. It wasn't a. Nah. It wasn't a 200 meter. Yeah, nah, she hit Shorty. She might have been pissed that she was crowding the lane, but she really wasn't in her lane. To be honest with you, Shorty that hit Shorty was in the lane of the person in first place. Shorty was just walking their asses down. Shorty was gonna walk both of their asses down. She was walking their asses down. They was in that final stretch, and Shorty was about to win. You see how she came around that bend? She overtook her. She was about to overtake Shorty in first place, and she was about to take that shit. She was on the way to victory, and Shorty said, "Oh, no, you don't." Crack! Damn. Black on black violence, boy. Y'all said her smoke detector was fucked up? Hold up. Stop. Oh, y'all gotta stop. Hold up. Her smoke detector was fucked up. Y'all tripping. What's this? Those were quickly to cut federal government waste. Tired of talking about Doge, man. Let's see what the fuck she said. Hold up.
I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me because
Stop. Yo, this is a serious story, okay? This is a serious story. She Nancy Kerrigan the girl, okay? She Nancy Kerrigan the girl, all right? And y'all worried about her
I'm just
smoke
a person
detector.
by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me because
Oh my God.
I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I'm just a
Nah, shorty. That one tear just is not getting me. It's the baby hair for me. It's the baby hair for me. That baby hair tells me, because that baby hair is diabolical right there. All right? That baby hair in front of that headband is diabolical. That tells me that she did that shit on purpose. That's her next toe. Oh, she did that shit. Oh, it's her new growth. Yo, she smacked the shit out of that girl. Like, that's fucking wild. Like, nah, look. Because look at her stride while she's running. So let's look at her stride while she's running. Nah, that shit is, nope. She hit her ass in stride. It ain't no reason for her hands to be that fucking high. She came down on that shit. Then she winded that bitch up and she cracked Shorty. Cause Shorty was walking they asses down. As soon as they would have gotten that straightaway, she'd have fucking smoked them. She'd have smoked both of them. Shorty in the red tank or the orange tank top was only in lead for a second. Cause that girl right there was on her ass. She was passing Shorty and she was gonna pass the other girl up. That's what the fuck happened. Period, full stop. Is this it right here? Hold on. Let's slow this down. Let's slow this down. Let's go half speed, okay? Let's just loud. All right, so Shorty walking them down. She whoop, walking their ass down. She cracks her. Pow! That shit's clearly on purpose. Shorty drops it, goes down. Hit Shorty. Did she stop? This is what I think happened, okay? This is what I think happened. She hit Shorty. She hit Shorty in her head so hard, right? Shorty dropped the baton, went to the side like the fuck, and she went down. I think once Shorty went to the side, the girl that hit her in the head realized what the fuck she did. And it wasn't an accident. She hit her, realized she hurt her bad, and then she started to feel bad about her fucking temper tantrum that she just had on the fucking on the track. That's what happened. It's like she hit her and was like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just do? Like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. No. You meant that shit, but now you feel bad for what you did, is what happened. That's what that shit is. What? We had dudes who would stab you with a pencil in track at my high school. Ghetto as fuck behavior, but it was normal. That's crazy. But yeah, like this shit is crazy. She did this shit on purpose. Track career gone, scholarship gone. Ruined her life over this shit. Okay, shorty, you was going to take third place in this fucking track meet. If you would have kept your stride, maybe, just maybe, you could have walked them down. But you was so hard up and you got so upset. Maybe you knew the girl. Were they on the same team? No, it wouldn't be on the same team. Shorty walking you down. Maybe you knew her. Maybe you knew you was going to lose. She was going to win. You hit her. Boom. You wanted to take second place, or you wanted to take first place. You didn't want to take third place. You hit that girl. Then you realize what the fuck you did is what happened. You was like, oh no, what did I do? You fucking meant it. Let's be 100 with that shit. You fucking meant it. Your conscience just kicked in after you did the shit. That's what happened. That's what happened. What's up, Sears? What's going on, Sears? Up, yo, where you been? I appreciate it. They all know each other because you see most of the same people at every track meet. Fortune says she felt bad because she got caught. That's what them tears was. I fucked up. Those are I fucked up tears. It wasn't like she was running and she had a stride and like she came down on the girl head because they were so fucking close. She was running and she turned as she was running and came down with that shit on the top of her head. Whop. Girl had a concussion. That's how hard she hit her, apparently. That's what it is. Yeah, she Tanya Harding her ass. She Tanya Harding and shorty that went down is Nancy Kerrigan. Again, I guess, yeah, she gave it that Nancy Kerrigan. I want to hear from the girl, though. Not the one that hit her. I want to hear from the girl that got hit. How she doing, how she feel about it, if she ever see that girl again, if it's on site. You know what I mean? They should make those batons that hard. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, that's like blaming a baton. I guess they could have foam batons, but I guess you need something firm and hard, pause, to grab onto.
Pause.
For them people. And it's made of aluminum, right? It's made of aluminum. So they're really fucking light. Like, I can't blame the baton. It's the girl hitting it. You know what I mean? You need something. I mean, I don't, even if it was plastic. Let's just say they had a plastic baton. If she come down with the right force with a plastic baton, she could do the same shit. All right? Plastic is just as fucking rigid and sturdy as that aluminum. Now, I want to see that baton. If her baton got a dent in that motherfucker, then yeah, she did that shit on purpose. It's basically cut up barbell with grip strip. You know, like I get it, Noel, but nah, I can't blame the baton. I don't think we need baton reform. But nah, I think Shorty hit her, and it was in rage. And once she hit her and Shorty grabbed her head and went down, then she realized she fucked up. Goofy take this follows the Philly plane crash and Nancy Kerrigan ties. After Nancy Kerrigan has her public skate, the victims' families is an op or simulation. Nah, I don't think it go that deep. Yeah, I do. I hope the young lady makes a full recovery. I hope the girl that fucking hit her in the head learns her lesson. The sad part is that she'll never, like, if this is college. So this is college. She'll never. She not running again. She's done with running. Period. Full stop. No school's going to pick her up. They're going to see that tape. They're going to remember her name, and it's a wrap for her. It's a wrap. Well, let's go small. Let's see what she said.
It was the state meet. It happened on Tuesday. The state meet was on Monday and Tuesday. I received the baton.
If you know you're going to be on the news and that the fucking fire alarm is an ongoing meme in the black community, change your fucking 9-volt battery in your in your smoke detector, please. It's just a 9-volt battery. You won't have to change it again for like another couple of years. Change your battery, please. They even got smoke detectors where there is no battery. Once the motherfucker go bad, it'll chirp. You take the shit down, you put a new one back up. But black people, please change your fucking smoke detector batteries. The crazy part is, because I'm sure we're not the only crowd that's been, I'm sure we're not the only crowd that's looking at this and is like, hey, yo, her smoke detector shit's going off like usual. Now she looks super hood. They got her for assault and battery. That's pretty funny. All right, let's hear what you got to say, guys. Let's just try to not hear it, okay? But that baby hair suggests she has a fucking anger problem. I'm sorry.
It was the state meet. It happened on Tuesday. The state meet was on Monday and Tuesday. I received the baton. I'm second leg merges, so when I was merging, I was like, okay, I'm doing good. I only see one person. Eventually, like, after a couple times hitting her my baton, I kept my baton up so I wouldn't hit her again because she was still really close to me. I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's gonna believe me. I'm sorry. So just people, I know what I did. Nobody's gonna make me think that I did something that I didn't do, you know? So when I seen her on the news, I was like, oh, I wouldn't hit nobody on purpose. So I don't care about her feelings, you know? Oh, excuse me.
Talk to me.
I don't really pay attention to track and field. I just run and go to practice.
All right, somebody chopped and screwed that. I'm tired. I got that fucking fire alarm was taking me out. I'm sorry. It was a high school track meet. So it wasn't even a college track meet. Nah, I need to watch it again. Okay, this is a better one. Let's look at this one. This is from Court TV. The fuck? Shorty was walking they asses down. Shorty was walking they asses down. Nah. That shit was on purpose.
What happened there? Now, I never ran track. I never ran.
Yo, y'all see how like Shorty was walking. She was the anchor, right? She was the anchor, right? She was walking that ass down. Look at her closing that gap. She was on their ass. She had to slow down because Shorty switched lanes and she came on the other side of her. Nah.
What happened?
One more time. Yo, Shorty is fast. Then stopped, hit a slow down, switch lanes, and still proceeded to walk their asses down. She is close on her, but she ain't that close to where as though. Yeah, nah.
What?
Nah. Nah. She just needs to join a more physical sport. Looks like one hold up. Like one in the middle legs, just because the one in red hands off her baton. Bruh, nah. Yeah, Shorty did that shit on purpose. She was pissed. Maybe Shorty was crowding her, right? Maybe Shorty was crowding her, okay? And maybe she was kind of clipping her baton, right? But you hit her on the head on purpose because of that. You still did that shit on purpose, Shorty. From every angle. Yeah, you feel sorry for it now. You felt sorry immediately after you did it. But in the moment when you fucking came down with the baton, you meant that shit. And you're in high school. Hopefully you learn your lesson. I hope it doesn't ruin your future. I really don't, because I don't want to see that, right? I thought you was in college. I don't want to see you lose your future. Hopefully some school still takes a chance on you and you can go run for that school. You know? But, Shorty, that's what keeping it real go wrong. You fucked up. You fucked up. That was on purpose. And now you just feel bad about it. Not gonna say you felt bad because you got caught, because I saw you felt bad immediately after you did the shit, but you did that shit on purpose, Shorty. I wish both of them young ladies the best, man. You know, I wish them both the best. She might be though, Emmanuel. She might be. I had a homeboy who had a temper and we wrestled, and we were at a tournament. The first fucking match, right? I think I had just come off the floor. Yeah, I think I had just come off the floor. No, it was the second day. It was the second day of the tournament. I think I was in like third. I had just come off the floor off a win. My homeboy, he went down on the floor to go wrestle. And I ain't gonna lie, the referee cheated him. And my homeboy got pissed. And he went and he picked up a fucking trash can and went to go after the ref. Everybody rushes off of the bleachers, try to get this nigga. We get to him, but it was too late. They ejected him, and it was scouts and everything in that tournament. And he ruined his wrestling career. Not only did he ruin his wrestling career, he ruined his football career because he was a hell of a fucking football player. He was my fullback. My one homeboy tore both his fucking knees. They moved me to running back, and then they moved my homeboy to fullback. And we was whooping ass. But because of what he did on that at that tournament, fucked his whole college scholarship career up. And man, that's how that shit goes sometimes. That is how that shit goes sometimes, man. That shit is crazy. Speaking of Trump, they just can't stop, yo. Check this shit out. So let's read this caption. Breaking. Everything's breaking. The media won't talk about it, but Trump is now using the short stairs of the Air Force One after reports of bruising on his hands and dragging his right leg. Where's the physical exam he promised last week? What are they hiding? The American people deserve to know the truth. Let's just see. Okay. Huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Joe was falling up the steps and down the steps. Trump walked up the steps, looked like just fine. Where he said that the bruise was at? Bruising on his hands. First off, let's get this out the way. Okay? Let's get this shit out of the way right now as we speak. Right now. As this video plays, okay? They're grasping at straws on the left right now. They're trying to figure out any and everything to sit here try to get him on. Trump is walking with complete confidence. He's walking up the fucking stairs to Air Force One. Last I checked, the plane is the same height from fucking tip to butt. Pause. The plane ain't got a rake in the rear. You know what I mean? The plane ain't got a rake in the rear. The shit is level. So I would assume that the stairs on one end would be the same as the stairs on the other. Now, I could argue and be like, well, maybe the videos that he took of Joe Biden was a little further away. But it looks like Trump's just fine. It looks like Trump is just fine. It looks like they're grasping at straws. They got to cut that shit out. Because I saw the video talking about Trump like he's dragging his leg. He was turning sideways. He was walking and he was turning sideways to show somebody somewhere. And he said, look, he's dragging his leg. I'm like, nigga, he turned sideways and brought his leg to him. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, y'all gotta cut this shit out. You gotta cut this shit out. Like, they don't, it's, they throwing shit at the wall to see if that shit'll stick. Like, just, if you're gonna go after Trump, right? If you're gonna go after him, then go after him for a fucking reason. Like a legitimate reason. Go after him for a legitimate reason. The nigga old, but he still ain't doing this shit.
Come on, Joe.
Help for y'all. Oh, he needs some milk.
Today.
And that don't even like the same plane, is it? That the same plane? Like, I mean,
Help for y'all. Oh, he needs some milk.
like Go after Trump for a legit reason, people. Please. You want to attack Trump on something? Attack Trump on his fucking anti-Semitism bill. All right, how about that? All right. Because at a glance, when I was looking at it, they were saying, "Oh, it's for Jewish kids being attacked on college campuses." But then it doesn't seem like that's how they're enforcing it. Okay, I got a problem with that. Now, if you're going to enforce this shit based on what people are saying about people, then I got a problem with that. Because why can't I hate you? Why can't I hate somebody in speech? Right? Nobody should be a fucking protected class in the United States. If I don't like you, I don't fucking like you. Right? If you're going to attack them on that shit, right? You don't like the tariff shit? Attack them on tariffs. Tell me why you don't like the tariff shit. You know what I mean? That's my issue. Attack them on legitimate issues that you do not like. You guys are like, oh, he's using the front of the plane instead of the middle. I don't even know where the fuck. What was? I don't even know where old Nickel Slick was getting on the plane at. Was it the front? It doesn't matter. Trump's walking up the steps. He's just fine. Maybe they don't use the same plane to go international that they do to go domestic. I don't know. But they're just grasping at straws here. Trump is fucking 80 years. How old is Trump? Like 78, 79? How old is Trump? He's 78 years old. This nigga's old. But he still got his faculties. He can still talk for 8,000 hours nonstop. He still don't sleep. Like Cat Williams said, he'll send 3 tweets at fucking midnight. The bruising, I don't know what the bruising's from. But if this nigga not sounding like he had a fucking fifth of fucking Hennessy, like Joe Biden, then he's still all right in my book. Trump could be my granddad. Like, this shit is crazy. I just wish they stop it. They just need to stop it. Like, attack them on some legitimate shit. Period. Stop looking for a loophole to get Trump out of there. You're not going to find one. You're not going to find one. That shit still got me. Shorty sitting there crying with the crocodile tears, talking about, I didn't mean to hit her. I didn't mean to hit her. Oh, my goodness gracious, yo. You got to love it. You got to love it, yo. That shit is funny. They had one where they was tripping because Trump's plane was like fucked up. I'm like, yo, he been the president for 4 years. He ain't been riding his fucking Trump Force One or whatever he had. Yeah, his plane gonna be sitting over there, not maintenance or whatever. These people, that's what they do. That shit is funny to me, man. That shit is funny to me. Anyway, so let's move on to this plane crash, y'all. So apparently this was the plane. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think they said it was a single engine plane too. Is that the same plane? What the fuck? Hold up. That can't be the same plane, is it? Is this something different? That can't be it. That can't be it. Let me see. Oh, that can't be the plane. That can't be it. That can't be it. Is that it? There's no way. All right, here come from the Krasensteins. Let's see. Maddow sounds the alarm about Trump letting Musk infiltrate the air traffic control of Starlink, which he has threatened to shut down on other countries. You are not concerned enough about this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Today marks the 9th plane crash since Trump has taken office. This crash was in Manheim Township, Pennsylvania. So what do they think Trump's doing? They think Trump's crashing the planes? The plane didn't hit another plane. The plane didn't fucking run into a building. Air traffic control or Trump has nothing to do with this plane crash. And it has everything to do with either poor maintenance or a bad pilot or something. They're trying to blame Trump for this shit. So I'm gonna just assume that what we just saw, there's no way that was the right one. Let's see.
There was just another plane crash in Pennsylvania today. Secretary Duffy's big concern is his department is being gutted. He's been, dealing with these crashes ever since he was sworn in. Does he have a legitimate concern?
Well, that has nothing to do with the department. That was a small plane, and that would have happened whether they had a big department or a small department, as you understand. It's just they have space like this. They have times when things happen a little bit more often than normal, and then it goes back and you go many years without having a problem.
I mean, Trump got a point. This has nothing to do with air traffic control. That plane having a malfunction, how does air traffic control that plane having a malfunction and crashing? You gotta explain that to me. Air traffic control make sure you can land and you can take off. Once you're in the sky, it's on the pilot. That plane has a problem. That's not air traffic control. Okay? 2, going into air traffic control and cutting the fat and what she just said, for lack of a better term, gutting air traffic control has nothing to do with the quality of the air traffic controllers. Nothing to do with that. Not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, what is this? They made another redundant. So David. So what government entity was going to fight or audit the government? Right. You have to ask yourself that. You would rely on or trust the government to audit itself, is what you're saying. Right? Because they quote unquote had a special counsel to investigate him. No, You need a agency that's not a part of government to audit the government, in my opinion. Just like when Hillary bleach bit and did all that shit she did with the phones and smashed them shits. The United States government didn't audit her, which they should have probably. But they didn't go after the FBI didn't investigate her. They had a third party do the shit, which is wild to me, but they had a third party do the shit. Was it CrowdStrike, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, I think it was CrowdStrike. Mike says his company did the audit. Air traffic control, they told him to put the fucking airplane down in the fucking parking lot. You work for CrowdStrike? Okay. You having a criminal record means nothing. And if you have a criminal record and you've been a part of the court process, you understand that he was railroaded in that, right? 34 counts of the same crime? Come on. Come on. On some shit that he had plausible deniability on? You know he was railroaded in it, David. You being dishonest. What's up, Jeremy? I'm looking for something. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. I know I was looking for it. Okay. Boom. Let's go ahead and this is from AZ Central. Go make it nice and big. Nick Daniels, the president of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, said that no air traffic controllers were let go during the recent cuts. I had to find it because I didn't want to just give you the one off of X from the community notes. I had to find the actual, because I had to go look it up myself when it happened. I had to go find the same article. All right. Did Doge fire air traffic controllers? Nick Daniels, president of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, said that no air traffic controllers were let go during recent cuts. No air traffic controllers were let go. It's the same air traffic controllers that was in there before Trump left, before Trump got in office. So that begs the question. Now that you know that no air traffic controllers were let go, so they didn't fire anybody that left it short. It was already shorthanded in the first place, which that would argue why they didn't let any air traffic controllers go. They were already struggling. So why would you let air traffic controllers go? Two, and I brought this up on the show. 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years, 2022, air traffic control were advertising to bring in young individuals, 18 years or older. You don't got to go to college for it, they said. With a salary of $85,000 a year to come in and be traffic control. This was from the FAA in 2022. I remember that shit. I said, that shit sounds crazy. You're going to have a bunch of teenagers looking at their fucking phones who's responsible for making sure planes don't fucking crash. That's what I said when I read that shit. I don't know if any of them got in that motherfucker. I don't know. But even that, I still can't blame air traffic control for that plane crashing. Nowhere near the fucking airport. I can't blame FAA for that plane crashing in Philly in that fucking strip mall. I can't blame FAA for the plane that fucking landed like it was playing dominoes out this bitch and flipped over. Because all that shit sound like it was some kind of issue with the plane. That shit ain't got shit to do with air traffic control. I remember that fucking thing. I was like, they doing what? Because Jasmine Crocker tried to yell that shit, Trump let go all the air traffic control. No, they said the air traffic controllers wasn't even touched. They still there. They didn't let none of them jobs go. It's fucking important. I had to look for it. I didn't want to speak out, and then I couldn't find the fucking article. I found the article. There you go. So now y'all can stop pushing the narrative that Trump cut FAA air traffic controllers, because he didn't. Matter of fact, where we at? We are hour 42 minutes in. So what, an hour 35, hour 37? Go back. You can show everybody. You can show the article. AZ Central. Direct quote from the president of the Air Traffic Control Association. Or the FAA Association, whatever the fuck he was a part of. What's his name? Nick Daniels. Air Traffic Controllers Association. President. They were looking for trainees straight out of high school. I remember that shit. And I said, that shit is not a good idea. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm not saying it was DEI hires or none of that shit. But what I'm saying is this. These planes got issues. If anything, we need to be looking at who's maintaining these planes. Who's doing the pre-trip check? Right? I don't know. Do the pilots do a pre-trip check? Is there somebody that's designated to do a pre-trip check? That's my question. I would assume a mechanic is supposed to do that from American Airlines or Delta or whoever. Right. Shout out to Jonah. Jonah had gave us the documents. I wish I knew what it was at. Jonah gave us the documents when we were touching on this the last time. Delta and Boeing, they fucking cut corners on a lot of shit. That's the problem. The thing is, he promised y'all to lower food prices, and then he starts a trade war. That doesn't make sense. Food prices are rising. I still got faith. He's 45 days in, and a lot of shit has gotten better. Trade war, I told you guys I'm optimistic in the tariffs, and I told you why I was optimistic in the tariffs, and I'll tell you why again. I'm going to tell you why again. America determines a lot of countries' GDPs because of our purchasing power, including Canada and Mexico. Canada and Mexico aren't even geared to go the distance on this trade war because they need America to purchase their shit. I think Canada, how much shit comes through America from how much shit comes from Canada to America? I think it was like something crazy like 50 or 40. No, I'm gonna conservatively say, I know it's more, but I'm gonna conservatively say 40 to 45% of Canada's goods and services come into America. Mexico was a whole lot more. I forgot Mexico was like damn near 70%. So if we're buying that much shit and then we don't buy it no more, right? Then the economy of Mexico and Canada and a lot of other countries is going to fucking fall because their GDP determines on how much we buy from them. 2, he's been using it as a negotiation tool. And these countries have been falling in line because of that. 3, Canada has a 25% tariff on America and had a 25% tariff on America for fucking ever. And I think Mexico has a tariff on America as well. But we don't got no tariff on Mexico or Canada. So even if Trump did a 25% tariff on Canada, that washes because it's like they charge us 25%, we charge them 25% back. Now it's a wash. Canada's tripping because if it's a wash and they can't get tariffs from America, that fucks up their economy. Because we buy the most from that country than any other country. Same thing with Mexico. The only person I'm worried about is China. I'm worried about China. Like I said, I'm optimistic, but I don't know how this shit gonna go. But because I live here, I need this shit to work. He's been using it as a negotiation tool. The shit's been working. We're gonna see what happens. Fucking food and shit was already fucking high from Joe Nicholson fucking everything up. So y'all want to look at Trump and y'all not looking at the cause of the problem, which was the inflation that we've been fucking dealing with since Nicholson got in office, wanting to give all this money away. $350 billion. $350 billion. Went to Ukraine that we didn't have. All that money in PPP loans and shit for COVID, we couldn't afford to do when all they do is open up the economy. We're in this position because of the Biden administration. What they do during the fucking Inflation Reduction Act, they created more jobs that we couldn't afford to have. Just for the simple fact of saying they created jobs. So now you got to go back behind them and clean up. If you make $10,000 a month and your bills is $10,100 a month, you're doing something wrong. You got to go back and look at what the fuck you spending money on and where you need to make cuts. If you got a company that does $6 million a year, but your overhead is $6.5 million a year, you got to make some cuts. It's not Fox News rhetoric, is Canon Hotep rhetoric. You got to make some cuts. We $32 trillion in debt. And that shit shot up exponentially under Biden because he tricking on hoes on credit and we ain't got it. So now the new CEO come in and say, what the fuck is this and why are we in so much debt? Now you got to reverse course. Will the tariff shit work? I don't know. I'm just optimistic in it. If the shit don't work, then we pivot. We'll see. But right now, those suits of purpose. I never seen so many people who was, the system is keeping us down. The system is keeping us down. Trump comes in and dismantles the motherfucking system. Dismantles the fucking system. And now everybody mad that Trump just dismantled the fucking system. But y'all been wanting the system to be fucking dismantled for fucking decades. Somebody come in and starts bringing that shit down. Now all of a sudden there's a fucking problem. Here we go. Appreciate you, Jonah. I ain't subscribing, but here we go. Boeing 737 MAX software outsourced to $9 an hour engineers. Bloomberg. Boeing been cutting corners. Been cutting corners. He fucking using Fiverr to get some fucking software engineers. They got Sanjeet in them. I don't understand that shit. I don't know if Elon is fucking Lex Luthor or Bruce Wayne. Y'all done heard me say that a million fucking times. I've been saying that shit for a very long time. But he suits a fucking purpose. Right now, those suits a purpose. It's showing us where our money's been going. It's showing us that a lot of fucking politicians and leaders had their fucking hands in the cookie jar, siphoning cash from the American citizens. They just showed us why Social Security is insolvent and we're not going to get the shit when we retire. They just found out that a lot of these PPP loan was going to children. There was PPP loan fraud. Y'all remember that fraud motherfuckers was doing, but apparently people was getting loans in their kids' names and the government wasn't even checking. $312 billion in misappropriated funds. Everybody out here, we got to crash the system. We got to rage against the machine. We got to rage against the machine. We got to rage against the machine. Trump come in here and fucking say, okay, let me show you how they've been raping you. He's showing you how they've been raping you. Now you trying to stick up for the fucking rapist. Because you don't like the messenger. That shit trips me out. Elon Musk has government contracts. Yeah, and Nancy Pelosi been doing insider trading since she's been in fucking office. She's been doing insider trading since we've been in office. Yeah, he got government contracts. Okay. The motherfucker toss rockets in the sky and catch them with fucking chopsticks. Again, that's why I don't trust him fully. Again, I don't know if this nigga is Bruce Wayne or if he's Lex Luthor. I don't know. But guess what? Right now, he serve a purpose until he don't serve a purpose no more. I don't give a fuck if he has government contracts. The nigga just showed us that they've been fucking off with our money since the beginning of fucking the United States. So whether he got government contracts or not, don't mean shit. Don't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Damn, Elon just found out. Elon just found out that motherfuckers that 3 million people that's allegedly 150 years old been getting Social Security. So what? He got government contracts. But he just showed us that all these people that ain't even alive getting Social Security money. He just showed us that they gave $20 million for a Sesame Street initiative in fucking Afghanistan. You know he got government contracts though, right? Nigga, I don't care. He just showed us that our money that we pay into the government through taxes ain't even going to the American people. I don't give a fuck if he have government contracts. Is that shit true? Because two things can be true at the same time. Elon can have government contracts and the government could be fucking off with our money. Yeah, Jonah don't like Trump, but Jonah gonna call it how it is. You don't think Jeff Bezos and all them motherfuckers got hell, I don't care what nobody say. Zuckerberg owns TikTok now. Y'all remember who told y'all first? Two things can be true at the same time. Elon can have government contracts, which that's why I don't trust him all the way, because I don't think he can be a whole 1,000% rebel and he getting government subsidies for Tesla and SpaceX and Solar City. I've been said that. I've always said that. I've always held that position. But Doge is doing what Doge is doing, and I think that Doge need to keep doing what they're doing until it doesn't serve the people anymore. As simple as that. Just like the FAA ain't got shit to do with these planes falling out of the sky. And now that we know that the FAA ain't had no, or the air traffic controllers haven't been cut from the FAA, you know what that tells me? That maybe the fucking air traffic controllers might not be competent enough to be air traffic controllers. Now that we know that. Now we know that no air traffic controllers have been cut from the FAA, and y'all want to blame Trump. Oh, Trump cut air traffic controllers from the FAA. That's why the planes is crashing. Well, now that you know that the FAA ain't cut no air traffic controllers, that tells me that the FAA or the air traffic controllers must be incompetent. Or we're going to go back to that they've been understaffed since forever? Again, they Steve S. Smith, two things be true at the same time. Why didn't the FBI investigate Hillary? Why they let CrowdStrike do it? CrowdStrike is a government contractor. They're not the fucking FBI. CrowdStrike don't do investigations, but why did the FBI let CrowdStrike investigate Hillary? If CrowdStrike can investigate Hillary, then fucking Doge can exist. Is he the one to be speaking? Again, I don't know. This is what I know. This is how I feel on it. He finding what he finding, and they putting that shit out there on Front Street. Question is, like, once the shit on Front Street, what do you do? And I think they're doing exactly what needs to be done. Start making cuts. Now, should somebody be auditing Tesla and SpaceX? I hope they are. I really do hope they are. No, the government investigating itself is never a good idea. Trump appointed Doge just like they appointed Mueller to look into the Russia PP tape hoax, just like CrowdStrike was let to investigate Hillary. There are no elected officials in the executive branch other than J.D. Vance and Trump. Everybody else works at the behest of the president, including task force, the task forces and divisions that the president creates to do certain things. Sorry, I can't talk today. Let's have Uncle HJ audit the government. Yeah, let Hotep's audit the government. Uncle audit the pogs. So, like I said, those serves a purpose. The FAA air traffic controllers haven't been touched. Ain't not one air traffic controller been fired. Air traffic control has been understaffed for quite a while. But these plane crashes ain't got shit to do with it except for the one with the helicopter and the one in DC. The one in DC and the helicopter, that shit. And I would even argue that shit ain't have nothing to do with the FAA. That had everything to do with the military with their fucked up altimeter. Ain't that what it came out about that shit? Ain't that what happened? The altimeter was wrong or wasn't like incorrectly or some shit like that. What was wrong with the altimeter? It wasn't calibrated right or something crazy. Can't even blame the FAA for that shit. That was military problem. Plane that fell in Philly, that was a plane problem or a pilot error. This plane again in Pennsylvania, pilot error. The plane that flipped over on the tarmac after it landed, pilot error probably more than likely, or it was a shitty plane that was falling apart in the first place. Ain't got shit to do with the FAA. So when these planes are fucking crashing and falling out of the sky, That shit is not coming back to the entire point we even started off on the first place. Planes fall out the fucking sky is not Trump's fault. It's either faulty fucking equipment, a faulty plane, or a bad pilot. Simple as that. Exactly, JR. Simple as that. I don't care if Elon has fucking government contracts. Right now, what he's doing has nothing to do with his government contracts at all. U.S. aid ain't got shit to do with Tesla or SpaceX or fucking Solar City. Finding out that Social Security been paying out Social Security to people that ain't been alive for the last 50 fucking years has nothing to do with any of those companies. Didn't he try to cut like funding from NASA? He depend on NASA money. Find about all that money that USAID was fucking off with has nothing to do with any of his companies. Keep exposing shit. I hope they keep exposing shit. I feel bad for everybody losing their jobs in the government, but they were political cannon fodder made by the Biden administration from them creating jobs that did not need to be created. I feel bad for them people, but a lot of those people got jobs that did not need to be created in the first place. They were only created just so that Biden could look good, his jobs numbers could look good, unfortunately. And that's fucking sad. Then you got some people who lost their job because their agency that they belonged to was a redundant agency. So I'm not mad about it. But stop that bullshit that Trump cut air traffic controllers. That's why these planes is falling down. That is not why the planes are falling down. So let's at least cut that shit out. I'll even accept your arguments about Elon having conflict of interest. I'll accept those arguments. I'll accept, that type of argument. If you can make a logical argument. But people talking about, oh, Trump's been in office and the planes been falling out of the sky because he cut the FAA. No, he didn't. At least not the people that matter, which is the air traffic controllers, the ones that keep the planes or supposed to keep the planes in the sky. And as far as I can tell, these air traffic controllers been doing their jobs. These planes been falling out of the sky because of cut corners by the fucking companies that own these planes or manufacture these planes. They cut an FAA drone operator harassers, overpaid FAA PR people, airport PC marketing, etc. Right. They're not cutting the important air traffic controllers. The Nazi salute. All he said is he was, when he was on Rogan, which I don't know about that. He was on Rogan. I don't know about that. I don't know if Rogan's controlled opposition. I don't know if he's a part of the New Mockingbird media. I know Sean Ryan and Patrick Bet David. I know they are. But he said, like I said when I went after him, he was like, I got excited. The shit just happened. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Did the shit just happen? Or did it did he mean it? Who knows? Well, if I could do it again, then, though, if he do that shit again, like, oh fuck no, that nigga did that shit on purpose. You know, but we'll see. We will see. HJ thinks this is the Fourth Reich, and HJ could be right. He could be right. I heard United Airlines CEO talking about this today. The FAA can only produce 1,800 ATC per year, air traffic controllers per year, after retirement and attrition. Damn. They only end up with 35 new ones? That's crazy. I mean, but like you're saying, like that's a tough fucking job. That's a tough fucking job. You know what I mean? Like I would hope that they take that job seriously. Like when I heard about that whole FAA hiring thing, fresh out of high school. I'm like, nigga, I don't want nobody fresh out of high school determining if a plane can land or not. That's the scary shit. You know? It's not like Boeing has a model of consistency. Jonah Wild said the Nazis would have put him in a camp for that lazy salute. Oh, man. Yeah, I agree. No actual Nazi would use an actual Nazi salute. And the ones we've been seeing, that's just Patriot Front rebranded for the third time. It went from Patriot Front to fucking, what's it called, Blood Right, and now the other shit that was out there in Ohio, where the people came out there and ready to light their asses up. Anyway, I hope we found out what the fuck going on with these plane crashes, y'all. Because that shit is crazy. Like, maybe I don't know, maybe we're just paying attention to it more and the shit was always like this. I don't know. There are some reports where they be like, well, actually, this is how many plane crashes happen every year. Right? Let's see something. Let's just pick a random year. That's wild. Look at this. 2018, 1,220. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. 1,221 accidents, 199 fatal accidents in 2018. 2019, 1,166, 1,166 total accidents, 213 fatal. 2020, 1,050 accidents, 188 fatal. 2021, what the fuck? What just happened? I want to see the rest of the fucking rows. I don't need to see all this. Let's see. All right, okay. So let's see. Y'all get the point, though. Where we at? 2022. Fatal accidents per 100,000 hours. I can't click on this no more to see. That's crazy. But y'all get the point. So maybe we just noticing the shit now. I don't know. Well, I think Patriot Front is Langley's like IT department. They just put him in some fucking khakis and made him look like Geek Squad. Blood Right. I don't know what the fuck they thought they was. That shit was just weird. Now they have some new people out there with the fresh fucking swastika fucking flags. They look crazy until them people from Ohio showed up with them guns. And they asses got the fuck out of Dodge real quick. But yeah. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit to argue about with Trump. Like, I can even take the tariffs argument. Like, I have my position on the tariffs. Like, I'm just optimistic and shit. But I get it. I get it. The tariff thing, that's high risk, high reward. And I just say scared money don't make no money. I'm still worried about that shit too. You know what I mean? I just got to be optimistic because I live here. I'm hoping that shit work out the way he think it's gonna work out. So far, so good. I'm gonna say so far, so good when it comes to that shit. But we'll see, because China is I think China wants that smoke, and they are geared for that smoke. That's the shit that worry me. China is fucking geared for that smoke. Anyway, so check this out. This is another thing that I don't agree with. All the way, we'll say. I don't agree with this all the way. Oh yeah, no hard feelings, David. No hard feelings at all. So this is from In Wokeness. Rip Black Lives Matter Plaza. So allegedly, they are getting rid of Black Lives Matter Plaza in D.C. Funny part is, as many times I've been to D.C., I've never went to Black Lives Matter or seen Black Lives Matter Plaza. Now, part of me is like, this is a bad idea. Part of this, I don't care. Right? Like, it's stupid. It was just them virtue signaling the black people. It was no tangibles, right? Even I didn't agree with most of the protests that went on, but there were no tangibles, right? There were no tangibles. It was just, look, we gave you some fucking paint on the street right here. We did nothing no different. So all this is. So apparently they're tearing up Black Lives Matter Plaza. And I think this is probably dumb. Oh man, that is funny. So, like, if it was me, right? If it was me, I would have replaced it with, like, instead of having Black Lives Matter Plaza, maybe replace it with a couple of little statues or something, or some black leaders, some Martin Luther King, some Malcolm X, stuff like that, going down the thing. Or just leave it the fuck alone. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone and let it fade into obscurity. Now y'all say, Brian Cannon, you don't believe in Black Lives Matter? Yeah, of course I believe in Black Lives Matter. I'm black, but I believed in the grassroots Black Lives Matter. Who, Bash Reeves? Yeah, he was the fucking man. The fucking man. Bounty hunter. But yeah, so like JR said, it's already faded. Right, so I would have just left it alone, let it fade into obscurity. Now, I believed in Black Lives Matter, the grassroots. I believe in Black Lives Matter, the slogan. But Black Lives Matter, Inc., this shit was Soros right here. This Black Lives Matter shit this is a Soros-backed organization that want to get rid of heterosexual norms. They want to get rid of the black family. They want, and it was co-opted by the LGBTQ community. I don't agree with that Black Lives Matter. I don't agree with that Black Lives Matter. I don't agree with this being a virtue signaling, whatever the fuck you want to call this, just to shut black people up. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this being an olive branch. So I could care less about Black Lives Matter Plaza. However, the optics of getting rid of Black Lives Matter Plaza under the Trump administration is not a good look. It's not a good look. They already think you're a racist Nazi. Now you covering up the Black Lives Matter fucking words like this shit had power. I'd have just left the shit alone. I'd have just left it alone. Just let it stay there. It ain't hurt nobody. That's it. Matter of fact, if I was Trump, I'd have if I was Trump, I'd have had a podium set out at Black Lives Matter Plaza and declared February Black History Month at Black Lives Matter Plaza. That's what I would have did. That's what I would have did. But getting rid of Black Lives Matter Plaza is just going to rile up the normies, and people going to get all upset because like it has some kind of power. Giving Black Lives Matter the Walmart fade. If you with Black Lives Matter and you get a Walmart fade, I don't think you deserve to call yourself Black Lives Matter. But yeah, like it's just virtue signal. We're looking at a big fucking block of virtue signal right here. That's it. And all they did was write Black Lives Matter on the fucking street top and call it a plaza. It's not a plaza. It is a street with fucking businesses on the left and on the right. That's it. And the shit leads up to the White House. So, I don't know. What you guys think? What y'all guys think? I think this shit is weird. I think that shit is weird to me. I never agreed with when they did it. When they put Black Lives, I was like, come on, guys. Really? Is that you guys are going to just accept that shit? And everybody shut up and took a knee and all that other stuff with Black Lives Matter Plaza. We did it, guys. We got something from the government. Like, yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing. You got nothing. That shit made no difference to anybody. There was no tangibles for black folks. So, whether it stays or not, I don't care. But I think as far as the optics for the Trump administration, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. Let me just put it like that. It's only gonna contribute to the negative persona that they've given to him. I wonder, right? I wonder if Elon sends a rocket up there and saves. Right? If Elon sends a rocket up there and saves those astronauts that are allegedly stuck in space, okay? Allegedly stuck in space. Will people give him a second chance? Uh-oh. What's this? Get the fuck out of here. Michelle Obama started a podcast name, in my opinion, with her brother Craig Robinson. They said Craig Robinson. I clicked on it because I thought it was the comedian Craig Robinson, the one from Hot Tub Time Machine. Oh my goodness! Michelle Obama launching podcast as Dems hunt for voice. That is funny. That is funny. Craig Robinson. So it's going to start on Wednesday, it looks like. Interesting. I won't be tuning in. Will any of you guys be tuning in? It's my question. Will anybody be tuning in? me send my daughter this money before she drive me insane. She wants to get her hair done. She has a debutante ball that I gotta go get fitted. I gotta get fitted for a suit for this. I gotta get fitted for a suit. Trying to figure out why her ass is up right now. She need to be asleep. She got school tomorrow. Kids just think you're made of money. I done spent $1,000 on her in the past 3 days. Spent $1,000 on her in the past 3 days. For this debutante ball. That shit is crazy, man. I'm trying to be, David. Trying to be. What is this? Who cares about that? Let me see. Just trying to see if I got anything else in here. I legitimately did not prepare for this show. I was running around so much today having a good old time. I was like, oh shit, that's right. I gotta go live tonight. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go live tonight. Oh, here we go. Let me see what's this. We're gonna end with this. So check this out. And I agree with the guy. I agree with him. Let me see. You could do that. You can do $ Can and Hotep on Cash App. That's probably the best place. Excuse me, sorry. Craig Robinson, voiced by Michelle Obama. That's funny. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. If you want to donate $ Can and Hotep on Cash App. So this dude right here is saying, somebody said Casey and the Sunshine Band could beat Kool and the Gang in a versus. And I had to think about it because I know both bands, but I'm young. I'm old, but I'm young. I'm 40. But I've heard these songs, but I never knew who sang the songs until I listened to this. And I'm like, oh, shit, that'd be a fire-ass versus. All right? So listen to this, and y'all tell me what y'all think.
Somebody on Twitter said Casey and the Sunshine Band is the only group that can be Kool and the Gang in the verses. And at first, I didn't agree. But after listening to the music, I don't know. I almost changed my mind. Tell me what you think.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to treat this like a versus, right? We're going to treat this like a versus. And y'all tell me who wins at the end. Who would take it? Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, that shit right there, though. Man. So what y'all say in the chat? Oh, man. David said Kool and the Gang got that. Roy say Cool in the Gang. JR said Cool in the Gang by a runway victory. He say how to get down on it is better than anything KC ever did. Damn. That shit, JR said it's a blowout. Man, that would have been a good verse if they could have did that shit. I'm gonna have to go with Cool in the Gang. Cool in the Gang had, they got, KC and the Sunshine Band got classics too, but I gotta go with Cool in the Gang. Not because Cool in the Gang was black, it's because Cool in the Gang, they edged them out with Summertime Madness. You know what I mean? They edged them out with Summertime Madness. But do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. And then, what's the one song? Boogie Shoes. I gotta put on my boogie shoes. That shit, come on. That's a classic. So, that would have been a dope one. But it's not like, I don't know if it's a landslide victory like JR saying. Right? I don't think it's a landslide like JR saying. Yeah, like Iron Man said. He said by a nut hair. They edged them out, yo. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? But that was, man, listen. From what I heard, that was the time to be alive right there. It was back in those days. You know what I mean? They said that was the time to be alive back then. Was back in those days. I can imagine. I grew up in the 90s. Early 2000s, now I'm just an old 40-year-old father of two reporting on the end of the world. David said, bring back good memories. I guarantee it. Back in the day when the coochie was hairy. Oh, man. Like I said, now I'm just a father of two reporting on the end of the world. In Vogue versus SWV? Ooh, that's a good one. Ew, Jonah. She was flashing at Fidel Castro? That's a good question. In Vogue versus SWV. They both was the 90s. They both was like the late 80s, early 90s. I'm going to have to go In Vogue. On that. No, I remember. No, that was Obama's mother. I'm gonna have to go on Vogue, yo. Like SWV had some classics, but I think In Vogue had better hits. Wasn't Babyface writing that shit? I think Babyface was writing that shit back then. You saw him at the what? The All-Star game? Too Short and E40? Ooh, I still think In Vogue edge him out, though. I still think In Vogue beats him. I still think In Vogue takes it. I'm talking like songs. I'm talking vocals. I think In Vogue still wins. Yeah. Anyway. That's all I got for you guys. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream. Let people know we live. You catching a replay. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the topics at hand. Want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Always welcome. What'd you say, David? What's that? For a heavy metal geezer, I have In Vogue songs, Nickelback, Ariana. Who's that? Ariana Hansen. Keep that quiet. Hansen? Nickelback. So no, I don't. People be giving Nickel. Like I like Nickelback, yo. Never made it as a wise man. Never caught it as a poor man stealing. That's Nickelback, right? Tired of living like a blind man. I like Nickelback. Why people get them so give them a bad rap? I like Nickelback. But yeah, that In Vogue joint would be a dope versus. Anyway, until next time, guys. It's Cannon Hotep saying, be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today. I'll holler at you guys.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.